So many things have been happening over the couple of weeks. I think Nigeria needs a channel on Netflix, category comedy. The DSS needs to make a clear note on the CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, on him sponsoring terrorism. Terrorism is not something that should be swept under the carpet, or is this another witch hunt? Currency change is a great policy for any developed or developing nation, but it is poorly timed, though it is long overdue. We want to implement cashless policy without putting a lot of things in place. Only 35.5% of the total population are active internet users, though they say we have one of the best banking systems in the world. But we experience a lot of failed transactions and untraceable fraudulent activities over the past years, which some could not be resolved. So many individual account details are being given unauthorized access to fraudsters. Will I say negligence from our banks? Our internet service provider are to be blamed too for providing substandard internet service. I don't think our 5G internet service is really up to 5G, but if you check your bandwidth speed, it is so slow and the internet usually gets interrupted. Most of our citizens are not enlightened, sensitized and educated on Naira, internet banking, USSD banking and so on. What happened to Naira? Is this another failed project? What is the duty and responsibility of the National Orientation Agency? I'm calling on Dr. Garba Abari, the Director General of National Orientation Agency, to mobilize its people. We don't know the mission and vision of the National Orientation Agency. Just last week, I went to my regular customer in the market to get some purchases of groceries and co. She refused to accept bank transfer. She insisted on cash. Is it that she doesn't trust me or her bank? I think due to unsuccessful transactions, POS charges, transfer fee charge from both the sender and the receiver, she feels she's running at a loss. Cab and boat drivers are also rejecting transfers. Fuel stations too are charging extra fees on using their POS to make payments for fuel. The aim has already been defeated. Bank managers are racketeering the Naira to politicians and top-class citizens. POS agents have hijacked the ATMs, thereby charging ridiculous amounts on transactions, as much as 2,000 Naira for every 5,000 withdrawal. Even if you go to the ATM by midnight, you will find a long queue. Just last week, I was somewhere and I witnessed CBN giving cash to their staff. They want to enact cashless policy, but why then sabotage yourself? We are all bunch of comedians in this country. Truly, now we be ourselves problem. Few years ago, my friend and his team launched an app, Jiffy It, which is available on Play Store and Apple Store to pay bills, send change to customers. As low as 5 Naira can be sent without stress, which helps in solving most of these issues. Let's download, share, use and promote the app. To me, extending the January 31st deadline is a grave mistake by the federal government and the governor of the CBN, because over 80% of the old notes will have been retrieved out from the general public and gotten into the system, which banks are no longer issuing, and there is a shortage of new notes, making the people with the new notes odd them. The average cash withdrawals per individual has increased due to the belief that there is scarcity of new notes. If someone normally withdraws and spends an average of 20,000 Naira per week, since there is now a limit on cash withdrawal, you tend to withdraw more cash every day to save for the rainy day. Just 2 weeks to the general election, and a lot of people feel it's a targeted attack, while other Nigerians are crying, fighting each other, staying long queue of no hope just to withdraw a little cash to survive. The security minting and printing, as I heard, have met their target on the printing of new Naira notes. Banks are complaining of not receiving sufficient cash, and some are even shutting down their branches. There will be a lot of fake and invalid transfer and transactions. Currency counterfeiting will be on the rise. Will CBN extend the 10th February deadline or allow both currencies to be used concurrently? Will they obey Supreme Court order? Whichever way, the CBN has failed on implementing policies, monitoring the printing and distribution of new currency, because the aim to ensure cashless policy has been defeated. Most of the black money has been exchanged and claimed through the system. Which way forward? CBN, Supreme Court, the federal government of Nigeria. Where is our Naira? Please give your opinion, like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.